Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and welcome back to our PaleoZoo build in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I do hesitate to call it a PaleoZoo build at this point in time, but you know what, that's what it started as, that's what we're going to call it. So yeah, this could be the last episode of PaleoZoo, of course, because, well, the game is updating in a couple of days' time, and this is a pretty heavily modded park, to say the least. You know, there's a pretty solid chance this entire thing is going to break without us necessarily finishing it. I wouldn't be too sad about that. I feel like we've done lots of stuff anyway. I feel like it's kind of wrapping around quite nicely. You know, in theory, actually, because this is the start here and we're about to build here, we could essentially call it a finished entire loop. What I am thinking, though, is that when the update lands, you know, maybe it'll still work. You know, there's no guarantees that it'll stop working. But if it does stop working, the next build we do, I'm going to dial back the ambition a little bit. I like doing these where I don't have to time-lapse the whole thing and I can build live. But maybe we'll do something a little bit smaller that we can guarantee will finish in time. Maybe we'll do... I kind of want to do like a multi-build in the rainforest and build like a tropical ruins kind of theme. And maybe we'll just use the new dinosaurs. And that way it's 5 exhibits or something. And we can guarantee a finish, and who doesn't love a good finish, eh? So let's get started for today. Today we're going to carry on working on our aviary section. Last time we did our open air aviary, which is causing lots of problems as these pterosaurs can eat everybody. And I thought today what we'll do is we're going to do something... I mean, okay, it's going to use a lot of mods, but it's not going to look too crazy. We're going to build the Jurassic Park 3 aviary. So we're going to try to build some rock pillars. We're going to try to build some like gated walkways, all that kind of jazz. It should be a fun little project. Now, I have tried this once already today, and I'll show you what I was doing. So let's go to Jurassic Park and have my little aviary about here. So let's go about there, I think. And, oh, excuse me, dying. Oh, God. Initially, I just thought, okay, that's what I'll do. We'll just build in here. But it's quite small. You know, it's quite limited as a space. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll extend it. And I was thinking about how it looks in Jurassic Park 3. And of course, you see Billy get taken off down the river. Down, like the aviary clearly extends quite far because you see Billy disappear into the distance in that direction whilst the gang swims out over this way. And it kind of got a little bit too big, so that's why some stuff around here is already built. I was becoming over ambitious, which I am somewhat prone to doing, and we're going to kill that, and instead we're just going to build a nice single small little aviary which will have lots of Jurassic Park 3 pterosaurs and some rock pillars and some cages and stuff like that. I've changed my mind slightly in the last 4 seconds. We're going to be a little bit more ambitious, but not too much more ambitious. What we're going to do is we're just going to make it a little bit bigger. Not too big, an appropriate size, like that. That's what we're going to do. That's our aviary size right there. It should be small enough that I can build something cool, but without losing myself in the weeds. So the reason I was doing this over here, you know, it's this weird flat section towards the back of the aviary. I'm just going to get that as close to the aviary as we possibly can. I just thought this would be a fun little nod to the film as well. And this is meant to be kind of the area where they enter the aviary from. They kind of enter a building that's like at the edge of a cliff, and then they descend down through the building, and they emerge in the aviary itself, which is in like a ravine cliff sort of area. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for with that over there. Can't do too much of that because obviously we can't have a cliff at this side because that's where the park is. But just a little nod to that. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into operations. We're going to grab ourselves a science center. Can I stick that on there? Nope, that's being funky. So we're going to put that down. I'm going to pick that up. And we're just going to sit that on top of there. And the idea is just, that is the building that they were in, you know, when they were running away from the Spinosaurus. And then you imagine they drop down through the ground and they emerge out in the aviary itself. And we can even, if we just flatten this area a little bit more. Ooh, you're a big boy. Flatten this area a little bit more. And it's an extra little nod. This did make me think, by the way. We haven't done a park build, like a Jurassic Park build or a Lost World Park build in Evolution 2 at all. We did it in Jurassic World Evolution 1, but of course we've got way more tools and stuff to do it in Evolution 2, so it might be a fun kind of thing for the future. And we never did, I don't believe, a Jurassic Park 3 build, so that's definitely something we could look at doing in the future as well. So anyways, that's the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus fence, as you can see. And the idea is this is just a bit where, you know, the Spino chases them through the fence. Actually, do I not have it installed? What am I doing? There we go. Right, there you go. Yeah, so I've got the damage tool from Cryogenics mod toolset. So this is where the Spinosaurus chases them through the fence, and they run along, and they enter into this building, and they drop down into the aviary. And of course, this is where we have the whole Alan Grant and Billy scene, where it's like, some of the worst things imaginable have been done with the best intentions. And I think you'll all agree that was an expert voice. So, let's get some water in and get started. So I want to do some things. I quite like things. So we're going to have some water over on this right hand side. Because of course, Grant and the gang, they swim out at one side of the aviary, right, when they're escaping. And let's knock that down, and then this bit, although it is going to be blocked off in this, would be where Billy gets dragged off, getting pecked at. Well, he doesn't get dragged off, he floats down the river, the pterosaurs are pecking him as he goes. Let me just flatten this, make sure you can see the sides of it over there. Lovely. And I'm basing a lot of this, it's quite hard to get a view of the full aviary in Jurassic Park 3, so a lot of this is going to be based actually on Frontier's version. It's going to be kind of a melding of the Frontier version and of the film version, basically. Got some of that in there. It's quite a wet thing, generally speaking. Maybe a little bit dry over there. Dry over there. And that's where they escape. So we can do a little nod to that as well. Let's grab ourselves a gate. Kind of... It's a little curvy, annoyingly, but... Okay, and if I double up on that... So you can see it on both sides. It's not much of anything, I know that, but it's just meant to be a little nod that that's the gate that, of course, they don't actually... I think usually you would take a boat through it, but they swim underneath it and the latch falls off, so you then head off on your boat tour down here. And that's how the pterosaurs all escape, of course, at the end. Well, you see them at the end of the film, flying past. Let's put some trees along here. It's a shame that we're building on this map, and this is kind of why I like the idea now of doing a Jurassic Park 3 build. Maybe not like direct replica, but like scenes from the film recreated in Evolution 2. Because this would be nice for an Isla sauna, obviously. But I just thought this was a fun way to use the aviaries. Right, we need a viewing gallery. If I was a gallery... Actually, let's do the hatchery first. And then we'll replace that with a gallery. A little bit later on. But let's do the build first. So. One thing I definitely want to have in here, I want to have the bridge, you know, that they walk over. And I want to have some pillars, some rock pillars, and some walkways and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our decos, and we're going to use this Indoraptor cage. You'll have seen I did a tour of a really cool park a while back, and someone else had done something similar, and it was pretty sweet. So you're going to enter. Where's that? The building's there. So you're going to enter from there. Actually, this is cheeky. What we can do, folks. If I put that, what's that going to do? Is that going to break the world? Yeah, a little bit. That wasn't really the intention, but that's okay. I'm just going to line some of these up. Just a couple of them. Yeah, okay. How's that looking? Is that alright up there? Nope, disaster. It should be fixable. I feel like, how's that looking? Is that okay? No, it's a disaster. Yeah, you kind of just get used to that kind of thing by now. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like part and parcel of what I do here. I'm actually going to add another one. I've had a bit of a thought. As terrifying as that might sound. Okay. So we've got our cages. These are going to be our walkways. So we're going to grab that one and we're going to raise it up. And the idea is you're going to emerge kind of like out of the mountain into this walkway, and that's going to take you into the aviary. I think that's the best way we can do it. I don't know how else I would do this, really. Okay, I'm going to say that's done for now. I went ahead and just did all the cage work. It's not a huge space. We can't do too much. However, I did have a thought. And can I move gates is my first question. Let's find out. Okay. Just going to put the gates over here at each area. Just so that it looks like there's some... then again, that looks really stupid. So maybe I don't do that. Hard to tell. That looks worse than I expected. What if we had a building in the side of the mountain, so it looked like the cages were actually heading into, you know, a thing? What about a tour? Because then a tour, you know, a tour's got a hole, and the hole is kind of useful in this situation. Yeah, I hear it. So, yeah, that might make sense. We're going to build like a little tunnel that you walk through, like so. That's right. This is it's kind of annoying doing this because it automatically jumps up for fairly obvious reasons. Just going to rotate you a little on the spot, and then you need to find the position you want it in now, and then move down like so. That's probably a little bit too far back for my liking. So where do I want the hole to be? What about there? Is that going to look okay? I think that's too far back again. But what we could do, we grab our terrain tool, and we can pull this side bit out, so that looks better, or not. That's the case, maybe. But we can kind of nudge in, like so. Oh, actually, flattening it might look good, actually. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. let's say that's good and go with that. That's a plan. I like that as an idea. That seems like less work for me. Okay, and we're gonna do the same again over on this side. A little bit more careful with this one, I think. Let's just sink that down to about there. I really wish there's a way I could kind of like lock in the axis. I don't want to move this. Wait, maybe I can. But okay, that's all the rock pillars done. Let's add in a few more things. I'm thinking some... I know they weren't technically there, but I think some landing platforms. What I was thinking, actually, because I've got this bit here, right, and I really want them to land on this. What if we do that, and then we heave this upwards, and we kind of just make like a single solitary point, like so. Like a little roosting area there that you could come down in the cage here and you kind of stand there and look at it. I think that would be pretty cool. And we're going to dab a couple of those around anyway, just some little baby ones. I'm hoping they'll perch on the rocks, of course, because I think it's going to look cool beans, but that's there just in case. We've got our building, got our Jurassic Park 3's fence. Let's grab some trees. Let's cover this side area over here. A little bit of water, a little bit of water, a little bit of water. Sorry, a little bit of water. There we go. Okay, I kind of like the idea if we do this like this. Although it's blocked, of course, by this, you know, Billy could disappear down the river, down that way, possibly. Right, let's release these pteranodons. So, of course, we're just going to do the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon. Only one we're going to do. The newly well, not new, I suppose it's been months now. It still has the wrong colours, though. It still has the colours of the Lost World Jurassic Park Pteranodon that you see at the end of the film, which I would love to have in the game, by the way. That would be really cool. But, how many of these would we want? I think 6 is probably enough. It's not a huge aviary. But we'll see. We'll leave 6 and we'll see how we feel. Let's go! Bum bum. Ba ba da bum. Yeah, I think 6 is probably an appropriate number. I think that looks about right to me. Any more than that might be a little bit over the top. Okay, let's pop out the other 3 then. And let's get some feeders in here. What we can do, again, thanks to Cryogenic. Oh, do I not have it installed? Oh yeah, there it is. Piscephore feeder invisible. So we can have the fish, and then we just need to grab that and sink it down into the ground. I never thought to do this. If you sink it down, though, you actually have fish. I'm not sure that's going to work. So to be careful, I'm just going to stick in non-invisible one over there and over there. I don't think that looks bad anyway. And we need some plant life, right? Is there any plants? There is in the Jurassic World Evolution 1 version. In reality, are there any plants? It would be here. This is the thing about Jurassic Park. The mountains are always absolutely chock-a-block with foliage. So we need to emphasize that where we can. And I think it just looks better anyway. I want to tighten up this river a little bit. It's a little bit wide for my liking. And I guess we're around there. Okay, let's make sure 6 is definitely enough. Yeah, let's go. I think that's fine. So let's chuck that away. Get out of here, cat, you stink. And let's add ourselves a AVIARY viewing gallery. But we want a Jurassic Park one. And that is very similar to what is there on the Jurassic World Evolution 1 one. In reality, was there anything like that? I mean, you'd imagine. What I also like the idea of a lot is having like a raised up one. Going a little off piste here. If I put that there and then grab it, what happens? Right, okay. I'm just... Oh god, the game is not liking me today, is it? It's proper freaking out. I don't blame it, don't get me wrong. I think that looks pretty cool having that floating there. Obviously we need to justify that floating there, so let's chuck some rocks underneath it and build like a bit of a plinth of some form. Tropical rocks. Gonna need quite a few here, I think. I'm not going to bother connecting this. It's not going to be usable by guests. Guests are stupid. But we're going to just lots of rocks underneath. Tell you what, we'll skip forward again because this is not exciting stuff. This is necessary, but not exciting. Okay, I think we're going to put a little bit of foliage in. Just a little, very controlled, just using the decoration tab. Just because I think it looks a little bit, it's just a little bit boring, I think, otherwise. So I think these like sort of slightly more dead trees as well kind of work for the environment. And at the end of the day, we're building in a very different environment than was present in Jurassic Park 3 anyway, so I think just having like a little bit of bushy foliage here and there should give it a nicer feel. Maybe one single tree, you know, I can't resist the tree. 2 trees. And then more bushes, kind of like around the base. We love a good bushy base. We love a biscuity, buttery base as well. We love all kinds of bases here on the BestInSlot channel. Tell your friends. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's definitely different, right? Give me that at least. I'll take different. That's all I'm looking for here. It looks different. And tell you what, we can do a little decoration on the outside as well. We've got Scary Face's fantastic statues, which now have basically every single species. We're looking for... Are these alphabetical? No. So... click all of them until I find the correct one. There we go. Some Pteranodon statues on the outside. Like so. Be nicer if this was straight, but it's not. We've got to live with that world now. I'm going to put this Joe one in from Sweetener's pack just for general ambiance. Because it looks awesome. And we need some... oh, we need an aviary sign. Aviary sign there. A couple flags. Should be Jurassic Park ones, really, shouldn't they? I'm not trying. I'm trying to not worry too much about decoration, just because I'm very aware that I might lose everything really soon. But we can do a little bit more. Where's my flame things? There they are. I really wish I'd done this. better. to sum it up, I wish this was straight, but it's not. I could definitely make it straight super easily. It's my gift, what can I say? No, it sounds like I'm running a conversion camp or some horrible nonsense. Yeah, you wanna be a little tree for me? Who's gonna be a little tree for me? Who's a good tree? There we go. If you don't talk to them like that, they just won't do it, you know? Yeah, there we go. It looks pretty nice. Right, so let's check out our viewing gallery. Looks pretty cool, and we can check out our floating one now situated on these rocks over here. Pretty sweet. There's some rocks inside, but that's not a big deal. You don't really see them. And unfortunately, you can't walk through the cages in capture mode. That'd be nice, but what we can do, in theory, is do the same but with Ansel. Maybe? Maybe? Nope, okay, Ansel hates me as well. So, capture mode will just fly around a little bit, I suppose. So you're coming over here. Should be relatively good, yeah. You're walking through there, through the tunnel. Down here, along here. Then you got the bridge. Just like in Jurassic Park 3. Alright, we're gonna fix the bridge. It's gonna make me very sad if I don't. Just, as long as the bridge is relatively put together, I'm happy about everything else, I think. That is way off. How are you so far off? Seriously. That's not even slightly close. Okay, I had to put a little kink in it at the end to make it fit, and also because who doesn't want a little kink in their life, but other than that, much better. Actually looks like a bridge. And you're surrounded by pterosaurs, and you can see the rocky pillars and the... Yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. It's alright. It's alright. It's a shame I don't have like an actual bridge item, but I think building the bridge was a fun idea. I think the pillars look really good, actually. I think they work really well. I think the cages look really good. It's not super perfect and neat. I'm just not that guy. But I think it does work as a Jurassic Park 3 inspired display. Let's put it that way at the very least. I think it's got that kind of vibe to it. And you can look over there into the mountains. You can see the way you've entered into the building as well, which is obviously a nice little callback. You can see the river where Billy disappears down that way. And you can hang out with your pterosaurs. Let's pick one to hang out with. You, Billy. I'm going to call you Billy. Billy. One of the reasons I like the idea, I think I mentioned this at the start of the video, but I can't remember. We're going to do a slightly more chill build next time. We're going to do a small park, maybe 5 exhibits, just the new dinosaurs and like new variant skins. So we'll do Iguanodon, and we'll do Giga, and we'll do the 4 new species, and we'll do Carnotaurus. So 7 exhibits, right? And all themed around this Malta tropical ruins vibe. That's my plan right now. But we can get back to you folks at home being able to name the dinosaurs and stuff like that as well. Stuff that we haven't really been doing lately, which I kind of miss doing, and I'm sure people at home do as well. So we'll definitely get back to that. Hello, buddy. It's a shame that the texture clearly probably just got scaled up. Maybe they ran like an AI over it to try to tighten it. Maybe they sharpened it a little bit, but clearly they didn't redo the texture. You can't blame them for that at all, don't get me wrong. You wouldn't expect the entire texture to get redone. But, I need you for my screenshot for my thumbnail, if you don't mind, pal. Oh wait, can you do something cool? Do a little caca. Open your mouth. I need you to open your mouth. Okay, so that's all the Pteranodons. Green screen. Okay, you folks don't really need to be here for this. So anyways, yeah, that is our JP3 build. Now, like I say, no guarantees that this is the last episode of PaleoZoo. I suspect it probably is, and I think it's probably been a nice, fun build. We've gone a little crazy, and I'd like to tone down the craziness going forward. I'm not saying we're not going to use mods, but it's more like so we can put more decorations together, and we have more decorations, and less so trying to break the physics of the game, which is largely what this playthrough has turned into. Not on purpose, but that's how it's gone. I'd like to do another build like this and try some new ideas, but we'll do that in a dedicated build, and probably now only when the game has finished updating. The focus going forward is going to be on builds that we can definitely finish before each update, because I do like to do a full zoo tour and kind of for people to expect me to actually finish the builds kind of thing. So Anywho, so from me and Billy, thank you very much for joining me. Let me know what you think of the build, the JP3. I might put another rock pillar over there as well. The JP3 rock pillory sort of build. Thank you so much for joining me. Throw me a video. Throw me a... My brain doesn't work. Okay. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please throw a like down below. Let me know what you think about the build. Let me know if you're excited for the next update and our next park build, that Tropical Ruins build. I will see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. I really had to think about that. See you later.
Houston, if you're ready, we'll maneuver. Reaching out.